As I mentioned earlier, we had the tax summit back in, I believe it was September, October, whenever it was. We've also had other tax meetings on top of that, hearings. This is something we've been working on all year to refine the finer points, to hear from all sides, the people in the construction industry, the road building industry, the city's needs, the county's needs, obviously the taxpayers' needs, and something we've been working on for a while. And so I expect when we go forward with our plan that we will have broad support in the Mississippi House of Representatives and really across the political spectrum in the state. So I know you mentioned Governor Reeves' social media post this morning, and look forward to having his support as well, and just excited about what we're doing for the future of Mississippi.
You mentioned roads and bridges and a permanent funding model for MDOT, so that it's not having to be allocated annually and them constantly running in terms of a shortfall. And even if you don't want to get into specifics, nobody likes taxes being raised, but I feel like there are a whole lot more people that are on board with the idea of a consumption tax, or the gas taxes we're talking about, because we run well behind the regional average and the national average.
Yeah, so if anybody can muster enough courage to kind of sit down and look at how we actually tax our people, sometimes it takes us, get to that point. But a consumption-based model is a much more conservative and much more fair approach to how we fund government. I mean, it doesn't get much fairer that if you use it, you pay for it. While we tax people's work, which is a direct tax on productivity, which we need people being more productive, I can't understand why that was done whenever it was done. But here we are today, and we're trying to unwind some of these things that were done maybe 100-plus years ago, and looking forward to doing it. But the consumption model, Richard, is where we have said many times that we want to get to. That's been our goal. I know Speaker White and former Speaker Gunn both said that that's what they would like to see, and we've been pushing for that for a long time. Governor Reeves is obviously on board with that. And when you reach that mindset, and you look at it from that standpoint, you've got to be willing to take a look at the whole tax code, and a big part of that is sales taxes, which is the consumption tax, and also the income tax. You mentioned specifically the fuel tax. We have the 49th lowest gas tax in the nation. 49th lowest. The only state lower than us is Alaska, and that's because they have oil and they don't have many roads. Okay. All right, so that means two things.
And the ones that they do have are covered with ice for half the year.
There you go. So that means two things. Either we're the smartest folks in the country, and we've got it all figured out, or the state of Mississippi is not properly taking care of our highway system. That's the only two things that can mean. And I think most people, when they look at all the facts, they come to the conclusion that it's the latter. And so we've got a 1987 funding model that is right now expected to fund a modern highway transportation system. And, highways and transportation is so important in the world of economic development. If we want the future of Mississippi to be what we all want it to be, we have got to bring our highway system, got to modernize our highway system and bring it into the 21st century.